Just card collecting. Understanding card collecting for people who got cards, right? Like I see people going to shops thinking because cards are old that they're gonna be worth something. People, and then they tell you, wow, these cards are replicas, base cards, common cards, cards of the 90s and 80s, and they're not worth a lot. You go into the sports card shop and you don't understand how cards you could make money off them. How are they valuable? What makes cards valuable? Well, one, let's start by this is a 90s card. So one, this card is kind of valuable, let's say, because it's a rookie. But he's not any rookie. He's Terrell Davis, the top 3 running back of the 90s. So it's not even just about rookie cards. Yes, collecting rookie cards is cool, especially because people of sports, fans, and overall, this may be their favorite team. Like I had a bunch of other rookies, but I sold them. If you guys seen some of my videos where I shared my binder, but I kept all the rookies of who were somebody. Tony Baselli, he was the top defensive lineman, top 2, right behind Warren Sapp, who was number 1. So collecting rookies and collecting somebody's, well, when you got cards, it's all about the first year, even up to the first 2 years when it comes to collecting 90s cards, because a card like Emmitt Smith is not that expensive. You got different types of cards. You got your draft picks. These are draft cards. They're not really rookie. You got a top super rookie, which is kind of the end of the year card. And you got a prospect card. So here's his prospect card where him in his college, where he is considered a prospect, but just because he actually became somebody. Not every prospect is going to be somebody. So, like, look, this card is a $2 card. Allen Iverson, this is his 3rd season card, But you got to remember, there's so many different card companies in the 90s. That's what they mean when it says there's so many replicas. This is Peyton Manning's 2nd season card. So these are Upper Deck right here, right? For example, these are all Upper Deck. This is the NFL Pro set. This is Topps. This is an NFL Pro. This is Score, which is not even around no more. Topps. You got different types of brands. You got Pinnacle. So, and you got different type of series. So you got Metal Flare, for example. You got Topps Chrome. So you got Topps at a basic level card, and this is a higher level series. So there's different series within card decks. So this is a Upper Deck Black Diamond. This is a Upper Deck SP. So collecting cards of the 90s is all about collecting the coolest cards of the time that have some type of gold metal flair to it. I'm not a Cowboys fan, but I seen these and I got these for $1. But as the card game changes, and what are you looking for? You're looking for stuff like this. This is a hot box. These are 2 different card companies. So that's what you got to understand. There's so many different card companies. No, and you have so many different cards of so many replicas, in which back in the day they did not number their cards too much. Like, see, this is a common card of Habib, right? He's getting his championship bout. It's not colored. It's not even numbered. This is an insert. It says bonus machine. This is an insert of Nate Diaz. This is another insert card. This is a base card, right? No color to it. It's not even numbered. Well, this is not a base card. There's color, a blue sparkle, and it's number 48 through 49. This is not colored, but it's numbered 55 to 94. So, understanding cards back in the 90s did not mark numbers. They did not have these rarities as much as you do now with these cards that are numbered 1 of 10, 1 of 1, all these special type of, see, this is a Topps blue, like parallel, blue chrome around the edges, 2000. See, these are inserts. This is what you would call an insert. This is an insert. Now, this is a rookie card, a select. You know, there's so many, but this is all owned by one company. So this company, Panini, bought a lot of these companies, but that's the difference. So when you're about collecting cards from back in the day, how to make money, right? Like, these cards are common. Let's say this card was $1. Just because it's old, he was not really he wasn't a somebody, you know. Not every card. See, these are, let's example. You got a card of, oh man, I got Tom Brady. Oh dang, but it's not a rookie card for one, and it's in the early 2000s. So in the early 2000s, it was still a lot of card companies, a lot of replicas. These are two different card companies, but none of them are, these are both his second, this is his second year card and his third year card. So these cards would be worth $1 or $2 just because it's Tom Brady. Like, these cards wouldn't be worth $1. You know, Emmitt Smith and Marshall Faulk never. See, a base card for Michael Jordan or Kobe Bryant, this card could be $1. Even at a base card, it's not special. It's not parallel. It doesn't have no type of sparkle. It's not a rookie. But even at common cards, for certain people like Michael Jordan and Kobe Bryant and Tom Brady, you could pay $1 for a card like Wayne Gretzky because he's Wayne Gretzky, and they could charge $1 for a common card, like $2 or $1 for Michael Jordan. Guys of high standards, a common card you may get 50 cents to $1, but not even a guy like Emmitt Smith, his common cards won't be $1 in the bucket. A guy like Iverson, his cards could be like 20 cents, 10 cents, 10 cent. This card, rookies, it's about collecting. See, this was a card of his time, like a green parallel type card, but Jason Kidd never commit that solid foundation. But these are the type of understandings of what give cards value back in the days, is how many rookies and insert cards is what I'm out collecting. So these are inserts. So look, this is a Troy Aikman. Let's see, I got that other one real quick. I got it. So great example, Troy Aikman. I got his prospect card, an insert card, and a rookie, super rookie card. Like, let's showing that he's doing good. This card was what, $1, but as time changes, it may be worth more, as the card game and the football is more of a collectible. The football is overpowering baseball when it comes to card collecting nowadays. So these cards are now gonna be the ones. As people from the 80s, like you got Joe Montana, Jerry Rice. Jerry Rice's rookie card off top is just 50,000. You know, you could have Jim Brown. Let's say O.J. Simpson, $10,000, $20,000 cards, $50,000 cards. And yes, as of right now, rookies from the 90s are not relevant in the card game with high value. But these the early 80s and late 70s ones, they're hitting value now. Why? Because the card game's changing. You know, baseball's not that popular, and it's either about what's new and what's old. It's not about what's in the middle all the time, especially in the card game. You know, it's what's popping, who's the new cat, that's a somebody, and vintage cards, old school cards. They call them vintage. I say old school. So, old school card like this is not vintage, but it's a old school. So vintage is like 70s is what they would call vintage, just to let you guys know. This is 89, so it's not vintage. Maybe in another 10 years they might call the 80s a vintage, but I call it old school. So old school card, right, versus what's new. But this guy's in the middle. These are like in the middle. See, this card was there's so many different brands that produce cards. That's why they're not at high value. But I'm collecting all these 90s inserts. Well, see, if you paid attention to my video, I already had cards to start off and to learn off of, you know. So some of these I already had. Like I bought this card. You know, this card, wow, how can this not be something in the future when it comes to card collecting? When the 90s card collecting is going to have to hit after the 80s, especially in football. People love football in the United States. So the late 80s and 90s guys and early 2000s guys is who I'm looking for. Yes, these cards are only $1, $2, $3. This was $5. I found this for $1, which I think was a mistake in the dollar bin. $5 rookie cards, $10 rookie cards, $7 rookie cards. You know, I already had this Tim Brown's rookie card, which I didn't know. This is a 89 Jerry Rice. Anything older than that, it kind of gets more expensive as Jerry Rice being somebody. But as the 90s and late 80s being a middle ground, like I said. So it's all about vintage and new school. The middle ground is at a no value within the card collecting game. So here's an example of this card, and it's labeled Championship Series. So this is the kind of stuff you would also want to look at. Stuff like that when it comes to 90s cards. So 90s cards have no value, late 80s cards, but this is our early 2000s cards. This is an insert, right? Maybe in the future, is it going to be worth something? No, because Chris Webber was never somebody who had a foundation. Maybe if it was Allen Iverson, and definitely I seen one of these at the card shop and a Kobe Bryant, which was like already a $50 card, maybe $100 card by itself. So, but here in Sacramento, this card could always be somebody $5, $10 card, just because we're here in town. So, how to understand card collecting is that's it, what I could say. You know, I'll make more videos because right now, Chicanos, especially to my Chicano ideas, I've been selling cards already to people, making a few dollars, trading. My friend, I got this card. See, you could find signature cards for $5, $2. Go sell them for $10. And people love signature cards. People don't care for these number cards, but they love signatures. And so rookie cards that's what it's about. Next video, I'll probably make another video one day about card collecting. what I'm doing, trying to learn and understand, doing something you like, which is fun, and while be able to slowly but surely make money. So that's how you want to start off learn card collecting and what are 90s cards, why, what is replicas, and understanding inserts and rookies. And especially if you're my age and you love 90s and early 2000s, or people go into the shops trying to think because cards are old that you're just gonna make money. All right, everybody. Chicano Ideas Show.